The cut is finally over. You are shredded. The pure definition of a natural Greek god. You have those chiseled abs and like... I don't. I'm bulking. You can clearly see every muscle like biceps, triceps, shoulders. Everything's on point. Woo! That's in case you followed my 10 steps for a successful shredding and cutting phase, which is... Link in the description. But if that's not the case, what are you doing here? Go get yourself 10 kilograms of broccoli and as much chicken breast you can get and go back to cutting. Actually, before that, go watch my 10 steps for a successful cut and shredding phase. It might help you. But for you, my shredded friend, keep watching and you're gonna find out my top 10 tips for a successful lean bulk. Congratulations! You're lean, you're shredded, it's time to put some mass on those bones. Cause let's be honest guys, in the nature of bodybuilding, there's only two ways that things can go. One, you're shredded and as said, pure definition of a natural Greek god. But I'm Bulgarian. You're a pure god, the first from your country. Uniqueness. But let's be honest, you're kind of small. And the second way, you are massive, you are swole, you're strong AF and everybody is looking at you and how much you can lift and how big you are and how muscular you are. But you're kind of fat. What's going on guys, thanks for stopping by and welcome for today's informative video, which will be a follow-up to my top 10 tips for a successful shredding phase. So today we're gonna talk about my top 10 tips for a successful lean bulk. So you want to gain lean muscle mass and not gain any fat because you work so hard to lose that fat while cutting. So now you want to gain pure muscle mass, which is not possible. You're gonna gain some fat during the process, but I'm gonna tell you how to minimize it and gain as much to the optimal muscle mass you possibly can during this bulk. Before I start, make sure to give a like for this informative video, and if you want to see more of them on my channel, subscribe and let's get started with tip number 1. Do it slowly. Weight gain doesn't equal muscle gain. When people start their bulking phase, they just jump straight in the wild and start eating whatever, you know. Eat big to get big. You're gonna get big, but you're gonna get fat. And that's the pure truth. Weight gain doesn't equal muscle gain. You can't build muscle that fast, guys. In my opinion and personally from what I've read, the optimal amount of weight gain per week you should be shooting for is about 250 to 500 grams. This is totally enough. And the first kilograms you're gonna gain is probably just the food volume, the food weight you're gonna have in your system. Do it slowly, don't go for 1 kilogram per week. 12 weeks later you're just pure fat and probably not lost muscle mass. Do it slow, do it in the right calorie surplus. Which leads to tip number 2. Find your maintenance calories and add from 200 to 300 calories at a time, be in a calorie surplus. Just like when we're cutting, we need to find out what are our maintenance calories to begin with. Just like the last time, you're gonna go find a calculator and calculate your maintenance calories, but those are not accurate and you have to stay on them for about 2-3 weeks, make weekly measurements until you find what are the calories that you are maintaining on. After that, it's bulking time. For some people, it's better to go more aggressively into the bulks, maybe add 350 calories at a time, but for some that tend to gain easier weight, better go to the lower end of 200 calories, add the calories and follow them for again 2-3 weeks and see how the weight is going. If you're gaining week to week, keep bulking on those calories, and when you reach a weight gain plateau, you up the calories again with 200 to 300 calories. If you want to gain muscle, we have to add just a slight bit, so we minimize the fat gain and maximize the muscle mass gain. Tip number 3, choose your macro split. Medium protein, enough fat, and the rest for carbs. When we are bulking, we don't need as much protein as when we are cutting. When we cut, we need more protein to preserve and save the muscle mass we already have. But when we are bulking, we have a lot more carbohydrates. We are not in a deficit. The body gets enough of what it needs, so the protein can go a bit lower, like 20 to 25 grams. But in general, I recommend going for 2 to 3 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Carbs and fat, so this is kind of individual. For fat, I recommend sticking to just enough, like the fats that you start the bulk, you go like 30 to 40 grams more from the start to the end of the bulk. You don't really need as much fat because you need energy, and the main source of energy is the carbohydrates. So we need a lot more carbs when we're bulking. We will have a lot more strength in the gym, which is really important when we gain weight if we want to build muscle. Because if we don't have progressive overload, which means that we are progressively increasing the weight we lift, if you don't progress in the total volume you're lifting, you're probably not gaining muscle, and probably it's fat. But if we progress in the gym consistently, then we're probably gaining muscle mass, and we're gonna minimize the fat gain. So summarized, I recommend sticking to enough fat. If you want, you can have more fat and less carbs if you can't eat that much volume, if you don't have that much appetite. Stick to medium protein and high carb. And one more thing, for every 1000 calories, try to hit 15 grams of fiber. Number 4, if you're still getting those calories in, eat low volume, high calorie food to reach your daily goals. I don't understand why people like that exist, but some of you don't have that appetite and you're struggling getting the calories in. So the basic thing you can do is drink your calories, which I don't like drinking my calories. I prefer eating them, but this is a good way if you are feeling full after 2 potatoes. Have a protein shake, full fat milk, peanut butter, oats, banana, protein powder or quark or yogurt. You can add seeds, you can add nuts in the blender. Protein shake, easy calories. Of course, everything has to be in your daily calorie allowance and macronutrient split. You can just snack on nuts, you can have more calorie dense foods that are junk food, which if you reach your fiber, your vitamins, minerals, protein and good fats for the day, you shouldn't really worry about. Number 5, stay active even when bulking. One of the best tips I can give you guys is, just because you're bulking doesn't mean that you have to stay at home and just eat and repeat. No. You have to stay active, guys, because even when we're bulking, if we want to have a bit more food like we do when we're cutting, the easiest way is to stay active, and that's why I'm on such high calories. It's good for our cardiovascular health. You're gonna eat more, you're gonna enjoy more of your favorite foods, and at the same time the weight gain is gonna be steady and just on track. Number 6, don't stress about every single calorie. God damn it, you're bulking. Some people think that bulking is so easy and cutting is so difficult. But gaining weight is not as easy as it looks like. You have to eat a lot of calories over your maintenance calories to gain the weight. In fact, 7,000 to 7,500 calories over your maintenance calories equals 1 kilogram of weight gain. Yes, track, but don't track everything. Like 30 calories of ketchup, or maybe a piece of chocolate that somebody gave you, like 5 grams of chocolate, which is the mind-blowing maybe 30 to 50 calories, won't ruin your bulk and it's not gonna turn into a dirty bulk. Trust me. Number 7, eat complex carbs, healthy fats, but still treat yourself. Binging when bulking is possible, just like when cutting. Don't restrict yourself. IFYM, the flexible diet. When bulking, people think that, oh, it's gonna be easy. I'm gonna eat a lot more potatoes, I'm gonna eat a lot more chicken, I'm gonna have a bit more bread, if that's clean. I'm gonna have pasta, burgers with whole wheat bread and stuff like that. You're eating a lot, but at the same time you still want to have pizza, you still want to have french fries, chocolate, cookies, cake, ice cream. I definitely want ice cream. And what happens is you follow your diet for 6 days. You eat clean, but then you start feeling that feeling of wanting to have chocolate. One night you say, what the hell, I'm gonna have pizza, I'm gonna have chocolate, I'm gonna have ice cream. And the following day,
congratulations, you played yourself.
You're 2-3 kilograms up. Yes, water weight, food weight, but some of that is probably fat gain. So as I said, eat complex carbs, eat your vegetables, get your minerals, vitamins in, get some healthy fats, get your fiber in, get your protein in, and for the rest, have 10, have 20, have 30, have even 50% of your calories coming from junk food one day, but the following day compensate with having none. And guys, just be flexible. Binging is totally possible when bulking, even if it sounds weird. It's not the end of the world, but definitely could set you back a few steps. Number 8, don't cheat. So we just talked about binging, but now I want to talk about what you can do to have something you want but don't have the calories for. It's simple. Just add some from the calories you have today or the next day to this day or to the following day and have more food. That's it, guys. Just look at the big picture, which means weekly calories. Just distribute the calories when you need them for what you need them. It can be a birthday, it can be a holiday, it can be anything. Distribute the calories and live life. Shout out to my bro. Number 9, second to last, progressive overload. Find the best program for you. Fitness is not cardio. Okay, you're eating in a surplus, but now you have to use those calories the appropriate way, which means you have to bust your ass in the gym. But this doesn't mean that you have to be sore after every workout. What it means that you have to progressive overload at the gym. As said, week to week basis, we have to progress at the gym. Either we have to lift more volume or we have to increase the weight we do for each set and at the same time do the same reps. Progressive overload is what will make us grow. Find a workout that you enjoy, guys. There's a lot of people that ask for a workout plan.
Man, I need a workout plan that will make me gain 50 pounds or 25 kilograms of pure muscle mass.
What's the secret? And you start doing this program, but you don't enjoy it. You hate it. You're not looking forward going to the gym. You're actually just avoiding it. Is this what fitness is all about for you? I personally go to the gym because I enjoy it. This is like a therapy for me. I go to have fun. So find a workout split. I do 4 workouts per week. Push, pull, push, pull. And yes, I do train legs, but my legs are in the push and the pull sessions, so I don't have a separate day for legs. Find the workout split that works the best for you guys. Just try to hit each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week. Keep the total volume on track and progressively overload, and I promise you, you're gonna gain a lot of muscle mass. Don't look at me. And number 10, track your weight measurements. Know when to increase calories. Don't do it blind. Just as when cutting, we need to track our weight daily, every single morning after going to the toilet, sitting on the throne and leaving a long road behind us. Go, step on the scale, see the number, write it somewhere. Do it every single day, every week. Weekly measurements, so you know when to increase calories. Don't go blind and increase calories just because one week you weigh yourself in the morning as you're supposed to and the number you see is, for example, 77 kilograms, but the next week on the same day you step on the scale, let's say at the same time, and the weight is 76.5 and you say, oh,
I'm losing weight.
I have to increase the calories, and you go to the drastic measurements, 500 calories, which could be possible to increase if you need to increase the calories. But you increase the calories with 500 calories and what will happen is like with this guy. Not a beautiful picture, but if you did it right, track the weight every single day and made weekly measurements and know when to increase the calories, and you increase it with 200 to 300 calories at a time, you could look like this guy, which has gained 5.5 kilograms since the beginning of the bulk and still has abs and looks decent. Nice. Don't rush it, guys. Everything at this time. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and if those tips were useful and what you were searching for, make sure to give a like. There's a ton more things that I can say, but if you follow just those 10 tips I gave you, I promise you, you will have a successful bulking phase. One more time, hope you enjoyed the video and see you in my next one.